You've seen Ghislaine Maxwell up close and personal. What sort of personality was exposed to you? What did you see in her?
She was very effervescent and bubbly at first when you would meet her. She was lovely, she had a great vocabulary. She was one of those people who could talk to anyone and make them laugh. But she was also very silly and immature, like she was a teenager kind of humor. And it wasn't really that funny, but because she was so charming and well-dressed and well-spoken, she could kind of get away with saying weird things because it would take a minute to recognize, is that what she said? So she had a way of, she liked to disarm people, make them feel a little bit unsteady. And Jeffrey was the same way.
Did you see a more sinister side to her?
Yes. She would go shopping, for part of the day and go all down Madison Avenue and come back with all these bags and be in the best mood because she'd bought all these things. Or she'd go rollerblading and then be in a great mood. And then she would turn like that. And as school's getting out, she's like, I've got to get the nubiles. I'm going to get the nubiles. And it was just like a switch in her personality. It was very strange, very strange.
When you repeat what she had said, that she has to get the nubiles, what did she mean by that?
Okay, so when I asked her what she meant by that, she said she needed models for Victoria's Secret. And she said she needed models for the Limited Corporation is what Epstein called it. So she said it wasn't just for Victoria's Secret, but it was mostly for them. And because one time I asked, why are they so young? And she said the Limited Corporation has a lot of companies and these girls model, okay, Maria? And they start young. And I thought it was really strange because I did see a couple girls in braces and I've never seen a model with braces. And then all of them were completely flat chested and sometimes they'd be wearing a uniform, being marched upstairs. And one day a girl came down crying and I asked Ghislaine, why is she crying? And she said, she didn't get the job. She needs to toughen up. She needs to learn how to toughen up. The modeling world's tough. So, who was I to question? I was just the slave at the door, But after a while, I just felt uncomfortable, no matter who they were bringing in. I said, I don't feel comfortable. This is weird. It's a very strange thing.
Were you ever present when Ghislaine Maxwell recruited girls for Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes, absolutely. So several times I was in the car with her. I didn't know what she was doing, of course. I thought she was getting models because that's what she said. And so she would ask the driver to stop the car and then he would just stop it immediately and she'd dash across to the school or the park or wherever she was going and she would write down her phone number for a child, a young girl, and then she'd get their phone number and then I'd see that child at the house and she'd say they're auditioning. I found a model in the park. And I've never been in the modeling world, so I just thought that was the strangest thing, but I also thought, well, maybe these children are being discovered. People get discovered. Very odd. So for 18 years, I've been in hiding, and I've continued to receive threatening phone calls from Ghislaine Maxwell.
How recently have you been threatened by Ghislaine Maxwell?
It's been about 5 years now, was my last time. But the problem is when you've been emotionally terrorized like that, and with all the promises and the different ways she promised me I would die, I can't even go outside peacefully. I had Ghislaine promising me multiple ways that people were going to be killing me.
Do you believe that Ghislaine Maxwell has the capability, the power to do that? To actually hire people
Absolutely.
to kill you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she's very well connected. She made sure of it, that we all knew it. So I believe her. I believe her. And that's why I think I'm still alive.
What sort of threats has she made against you?
So originally it started with things like, I'm gonna burn your art. And then I'm gonna burn your career. And then I'm gonna burn you and the house you live in. And then it was like, well, you better be careful while you're jogging because there's so many ways to die there. And then it was, oh, be careful crossing a street. You can get shot in the back of the head because that's how Mossad shoots you. Just a lot of veiled threats, but they were threats against my life. And I told the FBI this, and I asked for witness protection, and I never received it. And I'm asking that they do their job so that we're not tormented forever. But instead, the people who rape children go to prison. That's where they need to be.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.